Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Temilade. How are you doing today? So today's episode is quite different from what you have seen before because I'll be sharing my skincare journey dealing with hyperpigmentation. I know some of you already know the term hyperpigmentation, but in a simple language, hyperpigmentation is discoloration on some parts of your face. So it's usually like dark patches, maybe sometimes it might be around somewhere here. For some people it's around their forehead. I mean, some people call it sunburn. Yeah, it could also be dark cycle, but it's majorly having dark patches on different part of your face. That is like discoloration. Disclaimer: I'm not a skincare therapist, so whatever I'm sharing is based on my experience. If you have any skin concern, any skin issue, please see a dermatologist or an esthetician and let them guide you. Let them advise you on what skin products to use. I'm only sharing this based on my skincare journey. Yes, my journey dealing with hyperpigmentation. As far back as I can remember, let me say from university, from when I was in uni, I've always had dark circle, and I think later on I had sunburn. So, like every other young person or teenager, if you see anything on your face, of course you start to do research to know why do I have this thing? What can I do? I mean, everybody wants to look good, you want to feel good, and having a clear skin, it just gives you this confidence, and looking good just makes you, yeah, it opened a lot of doors. So I've had that dark cycle. I was managing it. Yeah. As I grew older, I wanted to feel more confident. I wanted to be able to go out, yeah, to go outside without having to apply makeup because, like, my eyes at certain time, especially when the weather is very hot. I live in Lagos, Nigeria. When the weather is very hot, it gets really dark, and sometimes I wake up and people seem like, "Then what happened to your face? Didn't you sleep well?" Meanwhile, I only spent 10 hours sleeping, but the dark circle, I really didn't know what was the trigger. Then I didn't have understanding of my skin type, what the kind of routine that I should use. I didn't even have any basic routine. I just wake up, wash my face, and I was just doing basic things. So at some point, I got really tired. I knew I needed help. So 2 years ago, actually, it got really bad. One of my colleagues said, "Ah, Timmy, what happened to your face? Like, your face is darker than other parts of your body." And I said, "Yeah, I've been struggling with this for a while, and it seems to be getting worse. I've been spending so much money." If you have been there, if there's anybody that have had a skin issue and you can relate, please let me know in the comments. So I was getting a lot of comments. Why does your face look like this? Why do you have dark patches? So a friend actually advised me that, oh, I should contact this skincare vendor on Instagram. So I contacted her. She told me, "Oh, you have to do this. Do you use sunscreen? What are your products? What are the things that you use?" So yeah, she ran me through the whole process and said, "Oh, I have to buy some products," which I did. I did. There was a particular cleanser in it, so I took some time off work to take care of my skin. And then I remember, so the skincare. Okay, so along the line, I'm also going to be sharing videos, pictures actually of my journey. So I did the first one, so which was like a cleanser. How to use the cleanser around my face, and within 3 days my face started to peel, and I'll share the pictures, and the peel, it kind of worked. Before I know, my face was clear. Like, I couldn't even believe it. Like, I had no memory of having a clear face. It's that bad. Like, I can't even remember what my face looked like before the whole dark cycle thing. So that's just to tell you that it's something I've been battling with for a very long time. But I'd usually cover it with makeup. Like, I'm very good with that. I know how to use makeup to cover it, or even do hairstyles that will just cover it, that you won't even know. If for some people might be surprised, yeah, like, "Oh, Timmy, you've had this thing that long," yeah, because I do a very good job with covering it up. But so back to where we were. So I used the product, and then my face was clear Until one day I went out for a site inspection. I work with a real estate company, so I go out sometimes too. So I went on a site inspection, and by the time I'd come back to the office, my face was looking burnt. Like I had like a dark spots all over my face. Of course, I was terrified, and then I contacted the skincare vendor that, oh, what happened to my skin, like this, I'm having these dark patches everywhere, what's going on? So, oh, she said, have you been using the sunscreen? I said, yeah, I've been using one sunscreen like that. And I said, how often do you use it? I said, well, I use as much as I use it in the morning. She's like, oh, no, you're not supposed to use only in the morning. If you're out in the sun, you need to use it every 2 hours. I said every two hours for sunscreen again. And so that was how that one started. Okay, so I just had my bath. I'll be doing my skincare routine while I do this video. So I when she mentioned, oh, I need to be applying skin sunscreen every now and then. I said, okay, you know what? I started, but at that time, the damage had already been done again. So I had to buy the products again to do another kind of peel, and that cycle kind of continued. So apparently, the peel made is a cleanser. Actually, it actually made my skin become sensitive, so my skin really became sensitive at the slightest exposure to sunlight. My skin will be irritated. It's either it's getting red or it's burnt. There was one day like that. I was out. I think yeah, I was out in the sun. By the time I came back inside, my face was looking like burnt dodo. So apparently the skincare products that I was using had made my skin become really sensitive. So my skin had become sensitive, and before now I had like a combination skin. So, but with this skincare stuff, my skin had become sensitive, and so long story short, I realized that, oh, this product I'm using is actually not good for me. So I had to stop. Yeah, I had to stop, and that was when the real skin issue now started. I thought I had skin issue before. That one was jokes. That was when I now started the real skin issue, and so I stopped. I had to stop because my face was getting worse. Like it was getting bad. Every single day was one issue or the other. Is there that there's a breakout, or then at some point it became dry. It became dry. Like now you can see at least there's moisture. It's clear now. But then it was dry. I'm going to put the picture. I'm going to put the picture of that time. It was flaky. I remember one time I took a ride, a boat. Is it boat or Uber? I think it was boat. Yeah, I took a boat ride, and me and the driver had a disagreement. Guess what the guy said? I said, "Look at you, see as you be. These are your mates." I mean, I wanted to cry that day, and it was basically referring to how my skin was, my face especially, because my face had become dry, flaky. Like I'll show you a picture up there. Like you could see if I even do like this, it's like some scales are going to come out. It was dry, itchy, flaky. I did that was like one of the most challenging period of my life last year. I swear, it was so difficult, and I mean, yeah, it kind of affected me. So when I'm going out, I wasn't even going out really. I wasn't going out. It has to be really extra important for me to want to go out. I stopped. The only place I went to was work, office. So in the morning, thank God I leave the house very early. Once I'm in the office, I'm basically on my seat, from my seat to my boss office to the restroom. It was just that triangle there. I'm back home. I wasn't really going out. On few occasions, I would socialize, but I would go out. But if I'm going out, that means I'm putting on a lot of makeup and just to hide these skin imperfections. It was a very very tough period for me. So fast forward to so at some point I decided to just stop. Like this thing is not doing me good. So I had that issue. It was getting really bad. The more I spent, so I was getting recommendations from different people. Oh, use this, use that. If you say this, I'll buy. I mean, I even try Korean skincare products. Korean skincare products, they're okay. I'm not saying they're not good, but it just didn't treat the skin issue that I had, which is hyperpigmentation at that time. So it was really, really difficult for me. So I had to stop. And at some point, it even became a prayer point. For me because I was looking at my debit alert. In a month, I was spending between 30 to 50,000 on skincare product, trying to clear this skin issue, and it didn't seem like it was going. So I remember one day I told God, I said, God, I cannot be paying tithe to you and also be paying and also be entertaining the devourer. This skin issue is actually becoming a devourer in my life. How can I be paying tithe and then I'm spending this amount of money on skincare products which are obviously not working? And I remember one night, it was even actually in the middle of the night. I woke up, and before then, I'd been checking different stations on Instagram and everywhere, trying to get the best one. Been asking them questions. Most of them were even really expensive. So I saw one particular skincare mall or so. So they said consultation. I have to do consultation first. So consultation was at that time I think it was 15,000 naira. I'm not sure how much consultation is. Like consultation just to talk to your dermatologist. So I had to do that, and so the dermatologist is actually even UK based. The person is a guy, does not even live in Nigeria. So I sent him pictures of what I looked like before I approached that Instagram skin vendor. I also sent him pictures of after. Like I showed him different pictures to show, just to show my journey. And the guy said that, oh, there were some chemicals and all that, that my skin had become sensitized. So I needed to repair my skin first. So the skin repair, he shall give me some products. I think the product for the skin repair was over 200k just to repair the skin, and he said it could take me up to 6 months of using those products before I can then start to treat that. I need to even, like, my skin had become sensitized, sensitive, yeah. So I needed to repair my skin barrier. Actually, yeah, skin barrier. My skin barrier has been damaged. So I need I said that was the first time I was hearing all those terms, skin barrier. Like I've never heard such before. So I had to buy, so the product 200 and something thousand naira. I'm like, no, I can't spend that much money on skincare product. But he actually advised me, said, oh, stop this and stop this. These are some of the triggers. So I stopped, and eventually I was able to. So I went through. I had to buy those products. I didn't buy the 200k one, but I had to buy similar product that does the same function but not as expensive as those ones. And then I started the skincare, the repair journey. And of course that journey didn't mean that I didn't have the dark patches. The dark patches were still there. The only difference now is that my skin was no longer dry. My skin was no longer dry. So I met some skincare, someone, a hyperpigmentation specialist. If you want, I can share our details. If you can send me a private message, I can share our details. So I had to do about peel. Yeah, I did about peel. So some of those videos, those shorts that I share on YouTube, sometimes they are from my skincare routine. So we do like a monthly thing. The herbal peel is not monthly. We do like I think once in 3 to 4 months. So I do the herbal peel, and I mean, we've made a lot of progress from where I started from. And what prompted this video was because I was looking at my pictures recently. You know how iPhone will bring memories, and I saw where I was coming from. Even though I still used to struggle that babe, babe, no, I'm not feeling this face yet. She'd be like, Timmy, look at where you're coming from compare. So now I'm really grateful for where I am in terms of my skincare journey. Yeah, it's been a long journey. And I want to say something. If you see anyone, I think what made it even more difficult for me was It wasn't even the skin issue per se. It was people's reaction, people's comments. Like people would see me and like, oh, tell me your face is looking burnt. Why are you looking like this? What did you do? That's how people be using bleaching powder. You'll be using this, you'll be using that. Like, hello, can you calm down? Like, why would I want to use a product that I know would damage my skin? Some of these skin care vendors, they'll tell you all manners of things for you to buy. You don't even know what they are mixing in those products. So some people just innocently buy those products, and then you start to see the reactions on your skin later. I don't think anybody will purposely buy a product that would harm them. I don't anybody in their right thinking would do that. So it's obviously from lack of knowledge. But now there's so much information everywhere. So what I do now before I buy any products, I'll check what are the ingredients. So like this one, this ceramide infusion, moisture infusion, is also good for skin for repairing skin barriers. So this was one of the products I started using then when I wanted to repair my skin. Although I stopped at some point, but I'm back to it now because I noticed that it hydrates my skin very well. So this one is actually made in Nigeria. So the major ingredients are ceramide, hyaluronic acid. So why I particularly love this product is because it hydrates my skin. So that's what I've applied, and my face is still looking very well hydrated. It helps, it hydrates my skin. So that's why I like the product. So I majorly look. So let's go to 5 lessons I've learned from my skincare journey. If you see me looking down, it's because of my notes. I wrote these things down. So number one is know your skin type. There are different kind of skin type. We have the dry, we have the oily, we have the sensitive, we have the combination skin. I think for me in my journey, I've gone through like three different skin type. And I think from research, everybody is born with a normal skin. There's also a normal skin. Everybody has a normal skin. But as we begin to grow older, puberty, environmental factors, hormonal issues for women, our skin type starts to change. So nobody has one particular skin type throughout their life. It kind of varies depending on as you grow older. So you need to know, okay, what kind of skin, my skin type as it is now, what are the kind of products that I need to use. So what you use when you're in your teens is different from what you use in your 20s, and what you use in your 30s, and by the time you get to your 50s, the products are going to be different. So it's important to know your skin type. And then number two would be, when you know your skin type, use products meant for that skin type. I remember when I had dry skin, when my skin became dry. The last thing, so I don't need any harsh chemicals. So if you have a dry skin, the last thing is using products that will strip your face of oil, that will make you feel tight. So if you have a dry skin and you apply a product on your face and your face becomes tight, it's a no. You have no business. You should not be using that kind of product. So make sure you use the products that are meant for your skin type. Number three would be avoid harsh chemicals or all these DIY things that we see on the internet, like using and applying lemon, going to damage your skin barrier. And once your skin barrier is damaged, your skin becomes susceptible to different skin environmental factors. You could get easily, your skin can get easily burnt. You can have breakouts from time to time. So it's very important that you avoid harsh chemicals. I will be use sunscreen. So for me, I use this La Roche-Posay's sunscreen. I've actually tried several sunscreen, but I settled with this one because this one has very high protection, very watery, sweat and sand resistant, no white marks. It does not leave white anything. It's good for sensitive skin. So let me apply. So this is how I do it. This is how I apply it. I apply. So sunscreen is the last thing I do for every. So today it's not like I'm even going out though, but I don't joke with my sunscreen. I don't joke with my sunscreen. So And then for sunscreen, make sure you apply um, a reasonable amount. Sunscreen is not something that you have to mind. So I apply the sunscreen. Yeah, it's very important. So initially it kind of gives this white, but with time, just follow me. I love this sunscreen. I think this is like the third bottle. I started using it last year. I've even introduced some of my friends to try using it. It's really gentle on the skin. So if you have a sensitive skin, this is something you should consider. If you have a sensitive skin, you have a dry skin. I'm not too sure if someone with an oily skin can use. You might want to check um with your esthetician or your dermatologist. So yeah, so I just keep rubbing on here until it eventually disappears. So sunscreen is very very important to like because this Nigeria weather is harsh. So it's important you apply sunscreen. And this also prevents I think sunscreen also prevents aging. So yeah, I make sure that it's everywhere. I put on my neck. So come take the receiver, put on my neck, and then I massage my face upwards. So if you're doing massages, make sure you massage your face upward. So yeah, it's very important. Sunscreen is very very important. It protects your skin from UV rays, and also if you're going out, if you know you're going to be out in the sun for a very long time, it's important that you go along with your sunscreen. There are different, there are sticks, there are sunscreen sticks, and there are different types of sunscreen that you can reapply while you're out. And also make sure you put on your hat or your cap. For people that are close to me, I always have a scarf or a face cap with me in case it gets really sunny. I always want to protect my skin. Always want to protect my skin because trust me, it's cost me a lot of money to get my skin to be where it is now. Even though I still feel like I have small issues here and there, but this is great progress. Like I've made a lot of progress. So finally, seek help from a professional. Yes, see all those Instagram vendors. Some of them just went to one school, one school that they learn how to make cream. And no, you don't need those kind of products. Make sure, of course, I know that it can be expensive to go to professionals, but if you have to save the money over time and then you can go and seek professional help because just doing anyhow they're going to damage your skin and at the end of the day they'll tell you so. I remember the skincare vendor that I used on Instagram. When I told her what happened to my skin from the damage I product, because what she said was, oh, apologies, I'm so sorry, I'm this, I'm that. But who has to live with it? I was the one that had to live with it. I was the one that had to face people. I was the one that had to endure the comments from people. I was the one with the damaged skin. So it's very, very important that you go to the right professionals. Do your research. Do your research before you use anybody. Don't just rely only on their on the videos or the pictures that they post on Instagram. We all know there are filters now. So don't just rely on all those things. Make sure you do your research. Even when you meet the person, ask them, ask questions. Like my station, Avery, she knows like I'm always asking her questions. I'm always bombarding her with questions because I really can't take any chances with my skin again. Then last bonus final one, know your triggers, know your allergies. Some people, so in recent time I've realized that anytime I eat granuts, I tend to have breakouts. Like if I eat granuts, they give me 2 days, I will have breakouts. This mhm, this breakout that I have here, and it's been here for a while now. Although it's healed, but the spot is still there. It's from one time that I had granules, that I had granules. So I granite is a no-no for me. And guess what? Anytime I eat granite, it's in that same spot that the baker will come. It don't go somewhere else, this same spot. So now I don't eat granules. Then no, so you need to know your allergies. What are the things? There are certain foods that if you notice anytime you eat them, you always break out. You should stay away from those food. Like, you just need to know yourself, know what your skin wants, and give your skin what it needs. I hope you guys have enjoyed this section. Yeah. So let me know in the comment section if you'd want me to share more tips aside from it could be skincare, it could be makeup, it could be career. Let me know if you enjoyed this video, if you've learned anything, and if you want more of this video. And please also share with your friends. So if you have not subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much.